So today we're going to be talking about two electric bikes by a company called MeeBike. I have a step-through design as well as a high-step design, and this is a brand new e-bike company to hit the market. Full disclosure, they are not sponsoring today's video. They did send me both these bikes to be able to review and showcase for you guys here on the channel. But even more full disclosure, these bikes both came damaged. Now, that's not a MeeBike problem, that's a FedEx problem, and I'm imagining that it went something like this. Now, I know a lot of you guys can relate when receiving a bike that that's happened before. Not just a MeeBike problem, it's a lot of bikes that have actually had issues through the shipping process. And through that whole process, MeeBike has actually been trying to fix and solve the situation for me. Not only fixing the shipping department, but also sending me out parts to be able to make these bikes completely brand new again. So with that being said, that whole process has been fixed. I feel like I need to disclose that out to you guys, that that's one of the problems I've had through the whole process. One more thing. I guess it would just be a bit of bad luck because I've never had a flat tire on any electric bike I've ever owned, except for this one, the black one. And it's the only ones that I don't have Tannis armor on my bikes, which I will be putting Tannis armor on these things after this video is done. If you guys are more interested in those videos, link in the description below will show you more stuff about Tannis armor and how you can protect yourself from flats, because I've already had to replace a tube and a tire in the black bike. So yeah, without further ado, let's get on the trail, let's rip these things. Now, both configurations that MeeBike offers, being the high step and the step through, come with a lot of the same specs on paper, but have a different feel when you're riding them. They both come with a 48 volt 20 amp hour Samsung lithium ion battery, a 750 watt motor. They're both running the same LCD display, the same Shimano Atlas 7-speed derailleur. They both have a top speed around 22 to 25 miles per hour and a range of 45 to 75 miles. In order to reach that top speed that we talked about between 22 and 25 miles per hour, you can either use pedal assist or throttle only. The throttle only is a half twist throttle, and the pedal assist is an intelligent 5-level torque sensor system built into both of these bikes. So the overall weight of the bike is 72 pounds, but it feels like it's a lot heavier, to be honest with you, especially being on the high step. Now, the overall payload capacity is 275 pounds, and I weigh 184 pounds. With usual camera gear, I'm around that 200 pound marker while riding this bike. The recommended height of this bike is between 5'3" and 6'4". I'm 6 foot, and to be honest with you, with the high step, I'm still sitting on my tippy toes, and I feel like the top tube can encroach into the groin area if you step off to be able to straddle the bike. Now, as we take a look at the cockpit of both these bikes, they're taking a little bit of design influence from the BMX community. This BMX style handlebar is becoming more and more of a trend all across the board with these style bikes. They're really comfortable, and I think it's probably the best way to go with a fun bike like this. These grips are pretty standard that you see on a bike at this price point. They have a flat ergonomic nature to make it a little bit more comfortable in riding, but these will probably be the first things that I change out on this bike. The brakes are pretty decent, and they are also hydraulic, which is actually pretty nice at this price point because most bikes have a mechanical disc brake at this price point. So one thing to note is bikes of this style, usually they have batteries on the exterior of the bike going down the tube right here. This one is built into the frame, which is actually pretty cool. It drops down, makes it really easy to charge, and both these bikes are actually universal to each other, so you can actually pick up both these bikes and be able to swap the batteries out if you needed to. Now, both these bikes actually perform pretty well. The high step and the step through are both pretty nice bikes, but at the end of the day, I actually gravitate towards the step through design a little bit more, being a lot easier to, dismount off the bike through the frame versus swinging my leg over, especially with a heavy backpack, and the bikes weighing as much as they are. I do have one gripe. Let's talk about it. So my main gripe isn't necessarily with a specific piece on the bike. I mean, yes, you probably could get rid of the cast wheels and put on spoked wheels. You probably could upgrade the suspension. But with all of that, they probably would make their price point higher. That's where I think they're not competitive enough. I think that MeeBike needs to be a bit more competitive when it comes to price point. There's other bikes I've reviewed here on the channel literally looking very similar to this with a $200 less price point, with higher wattage motors, higher capacity battery, better suspension, spoked wheels. I think if MeeBike drops their price about $300, I'll let you guys know in the description below if it drops $300, and if they do, the coupon will be in there. But if it drops $300, I think this bike would be reachable for a lot of people. It would be highly competitive in the market that we're in today, especially being at the 750 watt motor setup they have there. So with that being said, if you guys have any suggestions for future videos, put them in the comments below. Again, big shout out to MeeBike for sending these bikes out and dealing with my unbiased review and my bit of criticism when it comes to the price point. So with that being said, if you guys have any other suggestions for future videos, put them in the comments below. If you guys like this video, drop a like. If you love it, hit the subscribe button, and I'll catch you in the next one.